Welcome back. $8 million will go towards fighting a red tide thanks to new legislation. The bill was sponsored by Sarasota Representative Congressman Vern Buchanan to go to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, for research. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is live at Longboat Key with more on what this funding means. Taylor?
Good evening, Jacqueline. If you've ever been here at the beach with red tide, you've likely felt those effects. But today, scientists tell me that money is a big step in the right direction towards mitigating the harm from these algal blooms. Siesta Key is known nationwide for its white sand and clear waters, attracting people from near and far to America's #1 beach.
Absolutely. We are in the height of season right now, and the tourism numbers are off the charts.
So anything to deter beachgoers would be a hit to our economy, which is why the Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce says it's thrilled about $8 million in funding to go towards combating red tide.
Yes, I think that the additional research that will become available will indeed help tourism. When red tide is present, it can cause a number of negative complications to our beaches.
On top of causing cold-like symptoms, the harmful algal blooms also kill fish in numbers.
In addition to just finding out where it is and where it's going, a major focus would be on innovative new technology and new approaches to how we can mitigate and actually control the adverse effects of red tide.
The Mote scientist says with even just some of that $8 million, the lab would be able to build a marine and freshwater harmful algal bloom center for research.
It is very needed because when red tides hit the area, it causes millions of dollars of lost revenue for local community and commercial ventures. And also it's a public health hazard as well as an environmental health hazard.
An effort to keep our shores white and dead fish free.
Not only does dead fish look bad, it also stinks.
And Mote says it's already looking at how those red tide toxins accumulate and how quickly it can be cleansed. That money will also be used to expedite this research. I'm live at Longboat Key. Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thanks, Taylor. This fight to combat red tide comes as Governor Rick Scott visits Sarasota today, spending time at Mote Marine Laboratory talking about his environmental efforts, among many other issues. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live now from Mote Marine with more on the governor's visit. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, good evening. The governor was here just a little while ago. He's very happy with what's been accomplished. He talked about protecting our beaches as well as the environment. $4 billion has been geared towards preserving Florida's environment. The governor is also proud of the work being done here at Mote.
Mote Marine does a great job. I mean, they're doing a variety of things. On top of all the research, they're also educating our kids and our grandkids. But I look forward to their success with regard to dealing with red tide. I look forward to their success with the coral reef. We're blessed. One, we live in a pristine environment that we can always improve, but on top of that, we have a good economy going so we can make investments.
And also, it was briefly discussed that on April 9th, the governor will have a special announcement. He is expected to announce his run for the Senate. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thanks for that update. Well, a windy day for boaters here on the Suncoast. So let's check in with meteorologist Steve Newman.
And it was a good thing for some of those boaters. For the Sarasota Sailing Squadron, they got out and finished their series race today. Beautiful out in the bay. Strong southerly winds continue. They will slowly subside overnight. But this is our next weather maker coming in from the northwest. It's a cold front that will advance in our direction, getting here at some point tomorrow. And that's going to keep a slight chance of rain in our forecast all weekend long. But tonight and tomorrow should be mainly dry. Looking at our futurecast in high definition, there are the southerly winds. Here's some clouds, and overnight and early tomorrow morning, you kind of see the atmosphere moistening up a little bit with a few showers, but the real chance of showers won't arrive until about 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, and then only a 30% chance. The rest of the weekend forecast coming up, but let's take a look at our evening planner. Decreasing winds. 79 through the early evening hour, cooling through the 70s, and then about a low temperature tonight of 66 degrees. We could use any drop of rain we could get even on a holiday weekend, but don't expect too much from this front. The complete forecast in a few minutes, Jacqueline.
All right, thank you, Steve. A 7,000-year-old Native American burial ground is receiving national attention. The find is one of only 3 like it in the world. ABC 7's Alan Cohn joins us now with a preview of ABC 7 News at 7. Alan?
Jacqueline, it's a discovery some researchers never imagined they would have the opportunity to explore. An ancient Native American burial ground a quarter-mile off the coast of Manasota Key. Under 20 feet of water, the site was found by a local diver who was searching for shark's teeth, but instead found human remains. The state of Florida was contacted, and 2 weeks later, archaeologists were exploring it.
When I was in school, people told me you could not find a site like this, that sites like this would not survive sea level rise over thousands of years.
Tonight on ABC News at 7, we'll hear more from researchers, historians, and we'll ask what happens to the ancient site from here. Jacqueline.
Okay, we'll see you then. Well, baseball is back. Major League Baseball opens the 2018 MLB season today. The Tampa Bay Rays opening against the Boston Red Sox at Tropicana Field in a sold-out stadium. That game is still going on right now. Today's opener marks the 21st in the Tampa Bay Rays team history. And as baseball fans everywhere celebrate the start of the season, in Northport, crews are also celebrating their progress on the Atlanta Braves' new spring training stadium. The Northport Police Department sharing these photos on social media today, showing how far construction has come since its groundbreaking back in October. Now, the stadium's construction marks a boom of development in Northport. The Braves are expected to play 1 spring training game at that stadium in 2019. Today, the Humane Society of Sarasota County hosting its 12th annual Paws on the Catwalk luncheon at the Ritz-Carlton, Sarasota. This event featured cocktails, lunch, and a shopping reception and raffle. Guests were treated to a fashion show produced by Influence Style, a live auction, and exciting entertainment throughout the event. All proceeds benefit the life-saving work of the Humane Society of Sarasota County.
Our ultimate goal here today is obviously to raise money to support the Humane Society so it can continue its mission within our community, but it's also to raise awareness so that people know that they're here in our community.
Puppies were also available to be adopted at that luncheon. Look how cute that one is. Organizers say this is the Humane Society's biggest fundraising event of the year. Still to come on your Suncoast News, a unique treatment for your hangover that could bring relief right to your doorstep.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation, or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Car experts and customers agree there's a lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, many of us have been there. It's New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, or even March Madness. You're celebrating with friends and you have a little too much to drink. The morning after doesn't usually leave you feeling your best, but there are unconventional services for those moments that could end up bringing the solution right to your doorstep. Omar Jimenez explains.
In an era where nearly everything seems to be on demand, why not a treatment for your hangover? Doctors say that most people can get relief with time and by simply drinking fluids like water or soup. But then there are services like the IV Doc. For a couple $100s, they bring a type of intravenous hydration, vitamins, and more into a person's home. The treatment itself has been around for years. The availability of in-home on-demand service, though, is relatively new. A number of companies offer some variation of the treatment, but it's not for everyone. Research shows there are medical risks associated with any intravenous infusion, and this industry is largely unregulated. Dr. Diva Nagula provides care through the service and says every patient goes through a screening process before a nurse shows up at the door.
A physician like myself will call the patient and will ensure to see if the patient is an appropriate candidate for us.
Some doctors caution the primary benefit may be purely psychological, but for many, it's a matter of convenience. For today's Health Minute, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Well, as a reminder, you can stay up to date on the latest health stories by downloading our app. Just search WWSB or My Suncoast in the App Store. Now let's get a check on our weather with Steve Newman.
Jacqueline, we had a lot of breezes over the bay along the coast today. You can see from our Anna Maria cam. Watch this boat slowly sink, sag as the tide goes out during the day, but low tide now late this afternoon. The winds will subside as we move through the evening hours and then come back again tomorrow. Currently 80 degrees at SRQ. Our humidity is 54%. The dew point up there to 62 because of the winds coming off the Gulf of Mexico on those south-southwesterly winds at 17 miles per hour. They'll be under 10 by late this evening. Our high today 82, warmer than normal. Last night's low 60. 1 degree warmer than normal. It has been as cool as 40 back in 1919 when Sarasota was a sleepy little fishing village. Taking a look across the state, temperature is pretty much 2 or 3, 4 degrees above seasonal normal. 82 at Tampa, 84 at Orlando. In the 70s up in the Panhandle as a front approaches. And across our viewing area, because of the onshore winds, it's a little cooler in the 70s along the coast, but away from that influence, 87 in Arcadia, about 85 out in Highlands County. You can clearly see that flow coming in from the south all across Florida. And if you look closely as we start this morning, there were a lot of clouds, but as the day wore on, they just kind of thinned out and evaporated. We just had a few over the Sun Coast. Really have to look a long way away to find any rain. There's nothing in the immediate area, but this is our next weather maker, now poised over the center part of the Mississippi Delta region, the central Gulf Coast. And it's going to bring us a slight chance of showers as we move into the weekend. Not a big chance, don't worry. This is the severe thunderstorm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, centered right now across southern Alabama, nudging into Georgia a little bit and just brushing the Florida Panhandle. It should not be a problem tomorrow, but if we look at the radar across the south, there's the line of thunderstorms. It was a lot more impressive the last few days over Texas. You can see that high pressure out in the Atlantic is just eating away at its influence, and by the time it gets here, we'll be lucky to get a few sprinkles. Temperatures from coast to coast, 43 at Boston, 53 at New York City. The great weather continues in California, 76 in San Francisco, 61 at Los Angeles. It's as warm as 84 in Phoenix. Now here's our future cast that shows the progress of that front weakening as it arrives. So let's go through tonight and tomorrow as the system gradually moves across the Gulf of Mexico. And by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, the front will be poised right over Tampa Bay, maybe a northern part of our viewing area. You're going to see a few scattered showers here and there. So it's going to be hit and miss. If anything, from 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, Friday evening, Passover, into early Saturday morning, like 1, 2, 3 o'clock. And then once it passes, it doesn't clear out the air of all the moisture. There's going to be a wave. As this front dissipates, it'll leave a trough of low pressure over the southern part of Florida, meaning there'll be moisture and instability. That gives us about a 20% chance of showers, not only Saturday but Sunday as well. But there'll be plenty of sunshine, and it's certainly not a washout by any means. Winds from the south, 10 knots at the beach tomorrow, seas 2 to 3 feet. A light chop for a change on the bay as the winds subside. Not as breezy tonight. Our temperature tomorrow, 79 degrees. Here's my forecast for tonight. Look for it to be fair to partly cloudy with a low temperature of 64. And here's your 7-day showing the weekend coming up. Not a lot of things to worry about. You're going to like this weekend, even with that 20 to 30% chance of rain. And that 30% is only like from late Friday night into early Saturday. Then it drops to 20% all of Saturday. And then next week looks warm and dry. Jacqueline.
Okay, not too bad. Thanks, Steve. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. As always at this hour, traffic is backed up on I-75 heading north. We're seeing congestion in those northbound lanes between the exits at Fruitville Road and University Parkway, but then it starts to clear up once you pass those. And as a reminder, one of Sarasota County's most scenic roads remains closed today. Work is underway to put a temporary fix on an erosion issue on Casey Key Road. 2 cabana structures recently collapsed into the Gulf because of severe erosion. Sarasota County crews are working to fix and protect Casey Key Road and the homes from additional issues.
We have identified about 300 feet of severely eroded shoreline, and we are installing a series of tiered sandbags.
It's a very big issue because the erosion is coming into the road, and pretty soon it will wash away the road.
Sarasota County officials say Casey Key Road should reopen sometime tomorrow. In consumer news, some good news for travelers looking to catch a flight. U.S. Airlines started the year showing a slight improvement in keeping flights on time. The Transportation Department says that almost 80% of flights in January arrived within 14 minutes of schedule, compared with 76% last year. Alaska Airlines posted the best on-time rating, while JetBlue Airways posted the worst. Monthly Transportation Department reports have been expanded to cover 18 airlines, including several smaller ones, such as Allegiant Air, which flies out of the Punta Gorda Airport here on the Suncoast. If you're looking for a way to improve your education, a job at McDonald's or Taco Bell could be the answer. Both fast food chains are expanding the education benefits for its employees. McDonald's announcing that it will triple the tuition amount that some workers can get to pay for a trade school or college. Employees at McDonald's will be eligible for $2,500 a year, and managers will qualify for up to $3,000 yearly. Taco Bell employees will have access to nearly $5,300 per year in tuition assistance paid up front, so employees don't have any out-of-pocket costs. McDonald's is also tweaking the rules for eligibility, which will double the number of people who have access to the program, while Taco Bell says all team members are eligible. Corn has been dethroned as the king of crops. This as farmers report they intend to plant more soybeans than corn for the first time in 35 years. The reason? Profits. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says corn costs much more to plant because of required demands for pest and disease control as well as fertilizer. Stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event. Take a test drive and see why Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV of all time. Or for impressive off-road performance with a little bit of Suncoast style, shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Stop by today and drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The Mark, Sarasota.
Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark Sarasota, presented by the Culture Group.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
In entertainment news tonight, comedian Bill Cosby's pretrial is wrapping up amid calls for the judge presiding over his case to step down. Cosby is accused of assaulting Andrea Constant without her consent. She says she was unconscious and that Cosby drugged her, which impaired her ability to consent. Cosby's defense is calling for Judge Stephen O'Neill to step aside because his wife is a social worker and an advocate for assault victims. Cosby's first trial ended in a mistrial last June. His retrial is set to start on Monday. A huge comeback for the reboot of TV show Roseanne. Tuesday's debut made the show the highest rated comedy in nearly 4 years with more than 18 million views. That is the biggest audience for any scripted show so far this season. For revival comparison, Will and Grace was a hit with over 10 million viewers in its return. And apparently President Trump is a fan of Roseanne. The White House says he personally called Roseanne Barr to congratulate her on the relaunch of her self-titled TV series. Barr is a vocal Trump supporter and so is her TV character. Her fictional on-screen sister in the series is a Clinton supporter, however, and the disagreement creates tension within the show's blue-collar family. A local Suncoast woman stunned the judges during her audition on American Idol. 24-year-old Bradenton resident Mylan Shamble surprised Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan with her rendition of Benny King's Stand By Me. Perry asked Shamble if she thought that the song's choice properly displayed her vocal range, but Shamble stuck with her choice. All three judges unanimously approved, advancing her to Hollywood Week. Perry later said that was the best Stand By Me she has ever heard. We spoke to Shamble today about what that experience was like.
I was just kind of confused. I was confused, but also in awe. So when you walk in and when you see like Lionel Richie and Katy Perry and Luke Bryan, like people who are like super famous and have like crazy longevity in the music world, saying your name from like a small town girl in Bradenton, you're like, what? I don't believe this is happening.
Shamble graduated from Lakewood Ranch High School and Florida Atlantic University. She later returned to Bradenton to work in University Park. Her music career began at FAU in a performance during which she took on lead vocals alongside some friends. We here at ABC7 certainly wish her the best of luck as she heads to Hollywood. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC7 is gearing up for this year's JDRF One Walk on Saturday, April 7th at Nathan Benderson Park, and we'd love for you to join us. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Matter, and this is my friend Emma Bella, who lives with type 1 diabetes.
The JDRF One Walk helps raise awareness and funds for kids with type 1 diabetes, and it's fun too.
Walk with us and make a difference.
And help kids like us.
For more information, visit walk.jdrf.org.